thing I need to pay most attention to is this arm right now, okay? Is the arm going to be over here, or is the arm going to be over there across? It's nice if I can get the arm across, because it creates a nice deep triangle, but sometimes getting this arm across is very difficult. Sometimes they're maybe even hugging here. There's no way I'm going to get that arm across. Okay, but I can still finish the triangle in this situation, and we'll deal with that. So the two variations, arm across. If I can get the arm across, generally to get the arm across, my hip is up. I drag the arm across, I pin it to my hip, and then I pull my knees back in. Immediately I'm going to grab the head. As long as I can get to this position, he's going to have a very difficult time getting away. From here, foot goes to the hip. I'm going to grab my ankle at this point. Okay? Keep my hips out a little bit, and I can go ahead and create a nice tight triangle. Or in this situation, I can just finish with both hands behind the head. I pinch my knees, lift my hips against the head. So I have the diamond guard for here. If I'm dragging the arm across, lift the hip, drag the arm, pull the knees in. I should be trapping this arm basically with my leg and my body right there. And then I grab the head. So my arm should be above his arm right now. I don't want it like this or anything. I want it completely past the arm, so we're here. Once we've got this point, keep feeling the knee tight, foot to the hip, grab, pull that over the shoulder, lock it in here, hands behind the head, squeeze the knees, lift the hips. Now when you guys are pulling in, like this, I see this a lot when people have a triangle like that, okay? That's going to hurt your own ankle, it's not going to have a strong finish. So make sure that you're pointing the toes, you bring the leg over, and then you curl the toes back. So you're almost like pushing your heel through really deep, curling that. That makes it tight, it locks it in. So variation number one. Right now we're just going through the basic variations. Pull it across, knees in, grab the head. Hip out, grab the ankle, feet it in, toes pointed, curl back, squeeze the heel towards your butt, lift your hips. Done deal. Very, very tight triangle. Variation number two, he might have his elbow down a bit more. I'm not getting that arm across. There's no way. In this situation, I'm going to go under the arm and the head like this. Control, cut the elbow a little bit at least. Get the hips out, just drag the elbow up. Make sure you're grabbing your ankle. So here, I lock the triangle in, but I'm not going to finish back here like this, like we did before. Second variation, I finish, look at my hands. I'm under the shoulder, around the head, over the leg, and grab here. Now I squeeze everything. Still a very tight finish. So this time the arm's not coming across, I'm coming under the armpit, grabbing the head for initial control. So if he's moving around right now, this is just my initial control position, right? Foot to the hip, hip out a little bit more, grab that ankle, make sure you're pulling it over the shoulder. Loop it in, stay around the head, under the arm, over the leg, and squeeze. Around the head, under the arm, over the leg, and squeeze is right there. So right now guys, you can start with diamond guard. Alright? Elbows on the same side right now. You control the head, under the shoulders, so you'll ride them out here like this for a while. Foot goes to the hip, bring your ankle, grab that foot, loop it around, right here. Second variation is arm across. Bring it all the way down, move the knees in, grab the head. So this is your riding position as he's scrambling around. What he's going to do is, you're here, and he finishes up right there. Two hands behind the head right now, with the arm across. Now we're going to have problems later, like let's say we're here and he's got his elbow down really tight and I can't get the triangle at all. I can't make the figure four, alright? We're going to deal with that later. Right now, we're just understanding the two different variations of the triangle. Arm across, when the arm's not across. Here versus the arm being here. How I finish and how those are two different finishes for the triangle. That's important to understand.
because when you're going for the triangle, I see it a lot of times where people maybe have the arm just in the middle, they're not picking a side, or they're trying to finish it one way when the arms are crossed versus the right way. So just understanding those basics right there is very important right now. So we're just going to partner up, start in diamond guard, practice arm across, arm not across, and switch turns. Any questions about that so far? Once we get that, we'll go a lot deeper with it. All right, I'll help you guys out. Let's go and partner up. Very important that we understand those two different variations because I see people getting them backwards when they're trying to finish the triangle live a lot of times. They're going for the triangle and the arms are crossed, but they're trying to unhook the arm and the angle's just not right, you know, so understanding that is very important. So we're going to kind of stay with that as we move along. I want to focus more on just the one right now and focus more on being able to maintain that position while people are trying to fight out and move, okay? And then we'll go for the finish. So think about this. When you get a triangle on somebody, there's positions I can put myself in to focus on a very, very tight triangle, right? There's also ways I can position myself to make sure they can't get out, right? That's what's important right away is that they can't get out. I see people going right for the kill sometimes with the triangle, but they're not defending the escapes first. They're not making sure that they can't get out, right? So usually if I go for like a diamond guard, if I'm in a diamond guard type of position, my main objective is not the triangle right away, it's making sure they can't get out, they can't get away. And then I'll solidify the triangle in time as I'm trying to get away, okay? That's my mentality here, and I feel like that works very well. You know? And then as I move to the triangle, shutting down all their escapes, all their passes, you know, I feel like I can patiently get a really good triangle. All right, that's what the goal is. Oh, can I borrow your guys? So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to focus on the arm across for the moment. I'm going to make another distinction for you guys. Okay, so if I'm getting the arm across, let's say we're here in the diamond guard, dragging the arm across. When the arm is across, I don't need to cut the angle like this. Alright, I think this actually sometimes lessens it, and it makes it easier for me to get out. This way, notice how I drag him out a little bit, and I come here. Alright, now this way, initially I might not feel as tight, but for him to get out of this is only going to make it tighter. Okay, so let's say I'm here, and he's going to try to posture up and get out and do his stuff. So now look, I can just come here, and all he did was make the situation tighter for himself. He's kind of cranking it, you know what I'm saying? If I start right here, I'm like this, okay, it's tight right now, but he's still got some play to try and work and get out. So then drag the arm across. Let's say we're just in a classic foot on the hip right now, foot on the shoulder, 2-on-1 grip. Grab the sleeve, grab the elbow, right here. Okay, I'm going to drag this across, so push, let him come in. Let him come in as you pull. Get your hip out, I'm pinning this arm down, hip goes out, and grab right here. Alright, so kind of just suck him into the triangle right now. From here, go ahead and make your triangle. 1. Hands behind the head. I want you guys just to get a loose position right now and let the top guy just kind of scramble around. I don't want you to try to finish. I want you to just focus on the position itself. You're just going to move around for a second. I'm not like trying to finish him. He might tap if he feels like he needs to, but I'm not trying to finish him. He can try to stand up. I just want him to move a little bit. Alright, I want to feel perfectly comfortable to be there. Alright? If I go like this, once again, I'm asking him to move around now, move around a bit. He's already putting pressure on me. He got his arm across. Alright, so I'm still in a decent triangle, but look, if I come hips out opposite of that arm, and I'm putting this knee a little bit more towards the mat than towards the ceiling. In the end, I'm going to have a much better, stronger position to finish from. Alright? And my combinations and counters and control, it's all going to work easier as he like cranks himself into my triangle. Alright? So here's what we're doing. Right here. Foot on the hip,
Same side I have the arm. 2-on-1 grip. Cross hand on the sleeve, same side of the elbow, other foot to the shoulder. So as I pull, I just let him in, pinning the hand to the hip. Look at my grip here, guys. If I let his hand go above my hand versus under my hand is going to give me the better pin to the hip. So don't go like that, go like that, roll it. So here, roll it, pin it down nice and tight. Grab that ankle right away, use the foot on the hip to get your hips out and point your knee down towards the mat a little bit. And then lock your triangle in. Lock it in. You only squeeze like maybe 50%, not even 50%. I'm not squeezing hard at all right now, but I should have a pretty good control of the position at this point. And then he's going to move around. Make sure that the guy on top's not passing out, guys, by like squeezing really tight. If you're the guy on top, you can tap out at any time, even if he's not trying to finish. I'm not trying to squeeze hard right now, but he might start to get lightheaded while he moves around a little bit, okay? So get here, just a light squeeze, and he's going to move around. Just making sure he's trapped. He's nice and trapped. And then I'll go for the finish at the very end. Lift the hips, squeeze the knees. So one more time with the entry. Entry right now, just here. Pressure with the feet, both feet push. Pull in the hands, make sure you loop the hand under. As you bring them in, grab the ankle right away. Hips go out, lock it in, 2 hands on the head. He's going to move around a little bit. When you guys finish for the squeeze, pinch your knees like this as you lift the hips up, all right? Remember to curl the toe back, pinch the knees, and lift the hips. You know, I don't focus on cranking the head, like pulling as hard as I can with the head. I focus more on lifting the hips up. Hands behind the head are like a good tie clench, but focus more on lifting the hips up into the throat and pinching the knees. All right, does that make sense to everybody? So we're just kind of focusing on that one right now, basic entry for the moment, but just being able to feel like it's very tight and be very, very difficult for them to get out. That's the point. All right? Yes?
Say you're just squaring up, you're down, just square up and try to left. I mean, I know that's not allowed to slam.
Sure, no, come here.
Be careful whatever. And it's the same thing.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, once again. It's a good question. So if I'm here, and I don't have that angle that I'm talking about, so let's just say I come here like this. Like right now, your weight is here. It's on top of me, right? When I go here, my weight is actually on top of you a little bit more. Right? I have some weight backing this up. So now as you're moving around, not a whole lot you can do. You can chill out. Right? Just chill out. If that got to that point, I would go under your head. Right? So I'll go under here so I don't have to worry about you picking me up. But the way that you're angling yourself, you're making yourself very heavy to the mat. But the other way around, it could be different. If it's a strong guy that wants to pick you up, his weight's on you. But when you hip out a little bit more, and put your head towards the mat, you're actually coming on top of them a little bit. It makes it a much stronger position. All right, so let me practice it like that a little bit. Yeah. Here's what I want, guys, when you're doing this. I still see a lot of you guys locking the triangle in while you're still underneath them. Okay? Here's what I mean. So right now he's right on top of me. This is easy for me to do, all right? It's not extra long, but this is not what I want to do, okay? I'm going to come here, like this, and get out from underneath him. So use the foot on the hip to push your hips out. I'm going to move like this, okay? And as you do that, drag him out a little bit. Look how I brought his posture more towards the mat. Now you can go out again if I have to. See how I'm kind of flapping him out? This is what makes it very, very hard for him to get out. And it makes me get a tighter triangle too. If you have a hard time tightening it up, this makes this part easier, right? So not only am I coming out the side,
But I want to drag him like this. Okay, he's here. If I have a triangle, he's in big trouble. All right. Here again. Lock it up here. You pin. You bring the leg over. You grab the ankle. All right. So right now I'm here, here. From here, hip off, drag out. If you have to put a little more for a moment, it's okay because I have complete control of his arm still. And then lock it up at the end. Now my hands go to the head. He's in a very, very bad spot right now. And you should feel like, I feel like when I do that versus doing this, like this is a little tighter around, a little harder for me to get my legs. The other one's more loose, so it feels like it's not as tight of a triangle. But that's not the point. The triangle will get tighter as he tries to escape. The point is making it hard for him to escape by how I set it up. The way I look at it is if I do the triangle right here, he's already halfway out. Okay? So I want to make him start in the full triangle. So as we're here, scoot him out. And then come here. So look, he's not really on top of me anymore. I came out the side, I flattened him out a little bit. And now as he's trying to get out, he's only going to make it tighter. Okay? Another little note about this foot right here. Don't put it on the back. Try to pass it off the side as much as possible. That's a little easier too from here. Pass it off the side and don't put it up here. Alright? This doesn't lock the triangle in very well. This is going to lock it in very nice. Okay, so just kind of hide this foot off the side, just bringing your heel to your butt. What I don't like to do with this foot is point it like that. All right, keep your toes up like this and curl your heel. That's for like a very high, like advanced technique that he could possibly do to me. Well, Joshua knows about that one, right? He can step over my foot sometimes to get me in it. Foot lock, ankle lock, calf crush, right? So if I just curl my toes up, that's not going to be a problem, right? But if I point my toes, they might be able to step over that foot right there sometimes, and that can be bad business for the guy doing the triangle, all right? Just curl the toes back and it's not a problem, all right? So what I'm saying is to get out from underneath and then drag him out, and then that's when you lock the triangle up, and then the hands go behind the head. And then it's pretty much a done deal at that point. They're going to try to get out, but it's just going to get tighter, all right? Now some things to think about for the finish real quick as we continue. Let's say I'm going to get him in position, pull him tight, scoot out, drag him out, that's the focus right now. Lock it in, hands behind the head. Now, let's say he's starting to move around. Okay, there's nothing wrong with me. I want to hold the head with that hand and coming under the arm at this point. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If that's how I want to finish here, just squeeze and finish like that. All right? If he's trying to bring his hips around the other way, this side, I just want to keep the hands on the head. All right? Don't even worry about that right now. Just everything is going to be here. All right? So if he comes around, hips the same side the hand is pointing, you can go ahead and unhook that arm and finish it there if you want. If he's going around the other way, just keep the hands on the head. Any questions about that? All right, with those details in mind, let's keep practicing a few more times. Okay. Let's actually start here on the knees for a second. Start right there. So let's say we're just starting on the knees with somebody, okay? I'm going to get this cross grip like this, put my hand to the mat, shoot my foot to the hip right away, okay? The second hand comes in, foot goes to the shoulder. So I'm going to fall right into this position right here, okay? So here we shake, bump, grab, over the floor, shoot. Right here, look, pull, like, boom, starting a lawnmower. Boom, like that. Now use your weight to lay back. Hold this. Play footsies a little bit. Get your foot to the shoulder. Start in a very good starting position, right? So from here, slide the foot off, pull the arm across. When you guys are bringing him in, you have to let this leg give in a little bit. You gotta let him come in. You can't keep it straight.
let him come in, all right? Pin, grab right away. Hips go out just like we talked. Flatten them out a little bit, lock it in, hands behind the head. So now we're in position to finish. Now, I flattened them out already, but I want to maintain this. So let's say I flattened him out, we're good, but he's starting to get his knees under his chest again. Like that. That's where he gets stronger, okay? But I already have the triangle locked in. So look, shoulder walk out a little bit, drag him out just a little bit more. Breathe here, sorry. Walk your shoulders out. Whenever they start to come on top of you, come on top of me a little bit more, like drive it to me. Here. Walk your shoulders out. So if he comes around this side, I can go under the arm, easy finish. If he goes around the other way, stay on the head. But look, I pull his head towards that same side, guys. All right, that's what makes it difficult for him to keep going on that side. If he comes over top of me, keep shoulder walking out. All right. These are all things for kind of maintaining the triangle, making sure he can't get away. Another thing we'll try to do a lot is maybe bring this knee and put it on my hip. Can you do that? Like that. If they can do that, that can create a lot of pressure, okay? So I like to keep this here sometimes just to block that. If I feel like that's what they're trying to do, he goes. One, if I can keep my foot to the hip, it's not going to happen. That's why I don't want my foot up on the back. Keep going around again. But this elbow can also block that pressure. If it goes on my hip, he's going to get pressure to open it up. If it's on my elbow, do it again. It's not going to work for him anymore. All right, so I keep my elbow down to block that. And I stay strong here, okay? So again, grab that cross grip right away, and goes to the mat, shoot the foot to the hip, make sure you're pushing and pulling, stretch them out, into the elbow, foot to the shoulder, let the leg come in a little bit, pull them in, grab the ankle, make sure you push them down, that hand down here, right? Trap it. Hips go out, as much as you can get them. Come around, put 2 hands to the head. If he goes this way, under the shoulder. If he goes the other way, pull the head to that side. Make sure your elbow's down so he can't get his knee on your hip. All right? Anytime during all this, activate your hips. It's going to be a done deal. All right? Activate your hips, pinch your knees, activate the hips. You have a nice tight triangle for the finish. One more time. Cross grip, and goes to the mat. Shoot. Tuck this elbow down. Boom. Lean back into it. Grab the elbow. Foot to the shoulder. He's going to play games here. He's going to try to control that. Just play with him. When the time is right, shoot him in. Grab. This is keeping him, this and this is what's keeping him from posturing up right now. If I lose one, he can posture up. If I lose that, he can posture up. If I lose this, we'll bring his knees in, then posture up. Right? I need this and this. Now he's going to try to posture up. He's on lockdown right now. Add a little bit more, finish it up. Hands go to the head. Any way that he moves, I can maintain. Let's say right now we're here, we're going right to what we call a stretch guard, okay? What if I'm in a closed guard? Okay, how can I get to the similar situation, okay? Very common that when you're in a closed guard, people are going to be grabbing your belt, like this, okay? So I'm going to grab your cross sleeve grip like we did. I'm going to grab the elbow. Like this, I'm going to focus on this one arm. You're here to keep your knees tight. It's important whenever you open your ankles, your knees stay tight. Hip out a little bit. Stretch it out. Right here. This is what I like right here. I like my elbow to be over my knee. And I use my knee as extra up right here. Extra strength. Okay? From here now, I'm going to bring my knee over his arm. like this. So I'm going to be pulling here, and we're pushing there. That's going to break that grip. And now all I have to do is loop it around as I drag the arm across. So right back to the same situation once again. Give out a little bit more, and get the triangle. So here, cross grip, elbow grip. Keep the knees tight. Scoot out. This side can start to relax a little bit because I have the elbow control. Bring the foot to the hip. All right, but this side stays tight to the body for the moment. Extend the leg. Bring the shin over top of the bicep. So as I push my leg on this side, I pull the arm and then kick the leg on that side, making sure I loop it over the shoulder and then drag the arm across at the same time. Remember, I'm always pinning the hand down towards the hip. Grab the shin, scoot them out a little bit more, and lock it up. So we're going to do this a few times, and what we're going to see in a moment is, what if I can't drag them and I can't lock a triangle right away? We'll be like a diamond guard, and we'll take that to the other triangle and finish it up. So here, once again, cross grip. Keep the knees tight. The leg on this side can relax a little bit as I hit out because I have my arm controlling his elbow. If I didn't, if I go like this, he'll put his elbow on my leg or something and control that, right? But I have his elbow. So it's okay, he's trying to do that stuff. I've got control of it, it's okay, all right? Move this one around. Pull and kick. Loop it over, pin the wrist down, grab your shin just like before, hit out a little bit more, and go ahead and finish your triangle here. So what we'll see in a moment is if I get to this situation right here, maybe like I say, posture's up right away. It's over here. More like this, how can I work from here, all right? So we'll see that in a moment. Right now we're still getting them where we want. We're still dragging them forward a little bit so we can sink that triangle in. Any questions about that one? All right, let's go ahead and do that for a little bit. Right now, because this is actually a very high percentage triangle setup, just the stretch guard. If you get good with the stretch guard, this is probably how I probably get the triangle the most, from the stretch guard and the rodeo control. All right, that's where I get it from the most. So we have two different ways we're doing it. We're going to have it from the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch them out, bring them in, and hit it up, right here. The second's from the closed guard. Make sure, guys, when you're doing this, that you get the sleeve and the elbow before you open the guard. I saw some people coming here like this. And what this allows for, once again, is for him to control my leg with his elbow. I don't want that, all right? This will prevent that. Get your grip already. Now he's going to try to fight me to bring his elbow down, but I can bypass the leg because I control the elbow. So I stretch it out. Notice when I stretch it, look, my elbow can be on the mat like this. It's either going to be on the mat or sometimes on my knee. But I want something to support that one. Now we start to break the grip here, pass it across, tension down, and there we go. Now let's say we're getting here. This can happen in different ways. This could be that I come here, and as I start to go here, I didn't have him stretched out enough, and so he's able to posture up, so he shoots his head up real high right away. Okay? So in this situation, I want to walk my shoulders in and go for a diamond guard. It's important that I walk my shoulders in. If my shoulders are too far away right now, what happens is there's space right here. He can bring the other hand right through, and he's out. Okay? So if I don't want him to posture up, number one, guys, that's why I stretch him out. I stretch him out, he should be falling right into it. But if I don't do that enough, or we're coming from a different situation, I come here, he postures up. Look, I need to get my hips in tight, like this. So in this situation, I want to make sure that my heels are hugging towards my butt and that my knees are benching. So if you're trying to bring the hand in, it's going to be more difficult right now. Let's say he peeks it in. So here, when he peek the hand, I make a fist, and then punch it back through. And I get tighter. I start to climb up for my triangle. So the trick right here is making sure that your hips can connect to his body by hugging tight the heels to the butt right there, like this. And then pinch the knees, okay? It's a nice tight diamond guard, so we end up in a situation right here. Now, in this situation, if I want to pass the arm over, I want to lift my hips up really high, pass the arm over, bring the knees down, and continue as we would before. So if I want to pass the arm over, hips go up, pass the arm over. Maybe he still has a hold of my belt or something. Having trouble, break the grip right here. Pass the arm over, pull the knees in, get the head so he can't posture back up. Get the ankle, get the triangle. That's pretty much what we've already done. Point here is diamond guard, and then pass the arm, and then pull the knees in. Diamond guard, pass the arm, then pull the knees in. Grab the head, it's nice and tight. Go back to your triangle, just like we have all day. So say we're here again. As I bring the leg up, he postures up. Need to get my hips up, walk in a little bit if I need to, diamond guard, heels to my butt, tight to the hips, pinch the knees. Let's say I can't pass the arm. One of the things he's going to try to do right away is bring his elbow down towards the mat, like this. No triangle here, right? So, different things can happen in this situation. What I want to do right now is I'm going to focus on getting back to the arm across. So look, I'm going to do a reverse triangle. Like, it doesn't even have to be like this tight, deep triangle like that for the purpose. Just pull that leg, the bottom of the opposite leg, like that. All right, now I'm focusing on this knee and bump it over like that. Now I can grab his arm, and now I switch back. Look, I'm going to get hold of that ankle ultimately, right here, hip out, and do it again. So we're doing the same guard opening here. As I open up, he postures up. Look at my foot on the hip, lifts my hips up. Diamond guard here. He brings his elbow to the mat. I can't finish a triangle right now. Go for, I usually would grab this ankle for the triangle, I'm grabbing the other one, all right? Fold that leg over the top. From here, use this knee as I bump my hips, bump, push to turn them to the other side. Now I can grab the arm and sleeve, push, and pull him in as I grab the ankle. So right back in the same position as earlier. Another tip I wanted to show you guys in this situation here. See how he's looking to the floor right now? He'll get a better choke if you move his head over his arm. I focus my hips that way. This, okay? So I can just simply, once we're in place, I can take my hands, I can move his head so his arm is under his chin more. And I focus on the pressure that direction and not straight up, okay? So I have a closed guard, hands are on my belt, cross grip, elbow grip first, hip out. If I really want to avoid him posturing up, stretch him good right here, okay? But let's say he's still good, he postures up somehow. Shoot up with him, get your diamond guard first if you can. Go ahead and drag, pull the arm in, get the head, finish it up just like before. Or, he postures up, we follow, he brings his elbow to the mat. There's no way I'm going to get the triangle right here. So I grab the opposite ankle than I usually would. Fold that leg around. And guys, You might not even need to do that if you understand how to use your leg here. Just a bump like that works a lot of times, okay? But let's say we come here, bump, grab, use your hips a little bit, pass the arm across, get your leg again. Everything here is the same. If you want that nice strong finish, adjust his head, and go the hips against the head.
So there's so much that could go on right here. We could probably do this for another couple hours, all right? But I want you guys to have high repetitions on what you've been doing, all right? So you really just feel strong with that finish right there, getting the arm across right now. So you got the arm across after you postured up just by bumping and dragging. But if you put the elbow to the floor, we reverse the guard, use that to pass the arm, and then I switch back. Does that make sense? We'll finish up with this today, guys. I hope you guys out. Here's the thing about the triangle, is when you're going for the triangle, don't be in a hurry to get the triangle. Generally that'll work on maybe a white belt, sometimes blue belts, because their defense isn't quite there yet. But beyond that, people know how to defend the triangle, right? It's something they need to learn to defend early. So if you're trying to go right to the triangle with somebody that has a triangle defense, chances are they're going to get out because you're not controlling the position, the triangle position within itself. A lot of times it starts with the diamond guard. Get a really good diamond guard position. Here's what I like to do. If I have pull a diamond guard, this is just a great drill.
Because I'll just get somebody in diamond guard position, like this, and I'll tell them, I was trying to get your hand through the middle, trying to pass or whatever. I'm not trying to submit him at all. All I want to do is stay in diamond guard and make sure he can't get away with it. Drag the arm across and come here. I'm still not trying to get the triangle. I'm just trying to make sure that he can't, get out of my diamond guard right now. Positions like we talked about earlier. Holding here. Holding here. Where I can finish the triangle up, but I just want to keep him here. Every time he puts his hand through the legs, doing things like making a fist, just pushing it back through, back in deeper, trying to connect my heels and my butt a little bit more to not allow for that. Trying to make sure I pinch my knees so he can't pull out. Okay, one of the things I notice a lot is people who are good at just pulling out quick, can pop their head out fast or whatever. You just got to be really good at pinching the knees right here to catch them. Now let's go back to this real quick. Let's say we're here and we're postured up like that, and we were holding the belt earlier and we brought his elbow down, right? So we reverse the triangle, lift it up, pass it across. A lot of times when they're posturing up, they might hide the hand like this. Okay, so I do the same thing here. How do I finish this? Same thing. Here, look. A lot of times I'll go for this Kimura here. He doesn't like that. He's going to straighten his arm out. As he straightens his arm out, I'm going to drag it across and turn it to the triangle. So, a lot of different things might happen. There's a lot of varieties of what we've even done today. But today's just like scratching the surface of the triangle, all right? Focusing on stretch guard today, diamond guard. Like I said, if you want to get good at the triangle, do what I just did. Get in diamond guard position. Ask somebody to try to get out of it. Don't try to finish anybody, but don't let them stack you up. Make sure your shoulder walking out to keep your distance. Make sure you're controlling the arm to one side or the other. Get the proper grips to do that. Don't even worry about getting the triangle. Just worry about not letting them get out of diamond guard. They put their hand through the middle, punch it back through. Right? Get really good at that, and you're starting to see the triangle finishes become a lot easier. All right? One of my goals this year is to do a good many mastery seminars, and there was definitely more that I wanted to go in today about the triangle. We only did variation number 1 really today, with the arm across. Start out with 2 different variations where the arm is not across and how to finish it that way. It's really important to understand those 2 things. I see a lot of times just people getting those confused, and so they're not getting a good finish. So I just want to clarify that one time before we're done. The variations are this, the 2 variations of the triangle. So let's say I have diamond guard. 1 is we get the arm across, which this was the focus of the day. When I have the arm across like this, I don't want to go here necessarily. I can get a good triangle right here like this, still, okay? But generally when you do this, what happens is, as soon as his arms are crossed, people try to lift their head up and makes it tight right here to finish the triangle at this point. It can be very hard if they're just lifting up a little bit. So it's better for me to control the head, and I can easily hip out right here, right now. Drag him out so we can't posture up. And this is what we did today. From here, it's going to be very difficult for him to get out. Now if he starts to move around, look, I can go under that arm, and I might finish like this. Okay, but he's putting himself into it. All right, he's just making his position worse. When I do that, ideally, I'm not going under this arm and under that arm. I'm going over this one, under that one. Like that right here. So I even have an arm bar there if I want it. Okay? Now, if I'm not getting the arm across, say we're here, it's more like this. Now, coming here, 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 and here. This is how I want to finish in this situation. Alright? I never want to finish the triangle with the arm here with the hands on the head. It's going to be very hard. The only time I'll get a good finish here is I'm just cranking like that as hard as I can. Probably hurt his neck more than choking the guy. Alright? So just want to make that distinction. So I don't know, maybe the next mastery seminar will focus more on the second variation of the triangle, so we can really just get in deep in the triangle. I think it's such a powerful move. If you master it now, just start taking the steps to drill it properly and focus on the little ideas that we have to say. You might have learned one new thing about the triangle that will help you finish it more often though, you know? That's all it takes. You know, we all get in situations with different people where it's like, they keep passing like this, or they keep passing like that, or they're doing this to defend, or I can't break their posture down, or I can't get the arm across. You know, so just building blocks. I always think of finishing a triangle like climbing a mountain, and climbing a rock, you climb up, you find a good spot to rest and anchor in. And that's what you do. And after you anchor in, you go into the next phase. Think of it in steps like this, phases, where you anchor in, you control, you go a little deeper, you control, you go a little deeper, you control. Don't try to just do it all in one swift finish. It only works for white belts, right? Once they have a defense, you've got to take it in steps, and it might take you 2 minutes to go from diamond guard to triangle to finish. And that's okay. You guys have any questions before we're done today? Let's shake hands, guys. Good job. Good stuff. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Good job. Hey, good job. Good job. Hey, good job. Hey, good job.
Hey guys, if you didn't sign in, make sure you sign in over here.